If you are not sure how to create an online course in Kajabi or any type of a product and set up all of the automations, post-purchase flows for seamless user experience, then you are in the right place. Hi there and welcome, I'm Nadia and I am here to shed some light on all things digital products and systems for your online business. In this video, I will walk you through the process of creating your online course or setting up any other product and creating all of the automations, configurations, thank you pages, and all of the emails for seamless user experience. So your customers have the best experience on your website when they are purchasing something from you. I see so many creators miss these tiny little pieces that are so important. And by the way, if you are just exploring different platforms you can use for your online business, I highly recommend you check out Kajabi. Go to solositesolutions.com to check out the offer and get bonuses when you sign up for a free trial. Or if you're already using Kajabi, check out my new offer, Kajabi Thrive Club, where I support online business owners with all things Kajabi. Please find all the links in the description under this video. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, let's start off by navigating to the Products tab and then All Products. Then we will click on Create a New Product and you will see a few options here, like you can create a course, a podcast, coaching, newsletter, download. I would say the course and coaching and downloads will be the most popular. So let's start with the course. I will show you how to set everything up step by step. So click on Get Started. I have my course title I will be working with. It's 1001 ChatGPT prompts and I have a description. If you already have your course outlined, you have your content created, or perhaps it's already been uploaded to Kajabi, just skip this step and navigate to your course. But if you do not have it yet, you maybe just have an idea, or perhaps you have lessons created, but they're not uploaded to Kajabi, so follow along step by step here. Now, what's cool about Kajabi, the course creation process, is that all the AI tools are built in now, which makes a lot of things way easier. As you can see, I can actually, if I have an idea and I have a description of the course, I can use AI and it will kind of like create an outline and some lessons for me. Of course, I will not be using it to the dot. This will be more of a launch pad for me, like create some ideas where that I can brainstorm and create the course off of it. So I think this is really, really cool because it all comes with it. So I don't have to search for other things and I can pretty much work within Kajabi and create a course or any other product. So let's go ahead and click on Next and work on the other setup. For the primary and the accent colors, you can set it up now or you can add different colors later. Also, as far as the image, let's go ahead and edit now. So I edit my image, then we're going to click on Next. And here I will be presented again with a couple of options. I can have a free course or I can have a paid course. If you see that the paid button is grayed out, that means that your payment gateway is not connected. You will need to do that first before you are able to accept payments, but this does not stop you from actually setting everything up. You can continue with a free. All you need to do once you connect the payments, you will just need to change the price. If you don't have your payment gateway or Kajabi payments connected, then just use the free option. But again, the workflow and all of the automations and all of the post-purchase flow is going to remain the same. The only that's going to be different is the actual price. Now, another like cool feature that Kajabi just recently came out is the paywall for courses. What that means is that you can offer somewhat a free preview for your customers, say to see a couple of modules to kind of get a feel of your course, to maybe get to know you better. Then it will kind of like whenever you choose, it will stop and it will offer to purchase the course. If you want to learn more about paywall specifically, check out this video where I walk you through the process of creating paywall for your courses. So for now, I am going to turn it off and I will be setting the pricing. So again, all of the pricing can be changed. So whatever you put in here may change at any time. So let's go ahead and say put in $29. You have other options like you can choose to have your customer pay what they want or like a donation type of thing if you want to to test that out, you can. But also what's cool about specifically Kajabi payments, once you connect Kajabi payments, kind of connects to Apple Pay, Google Pay, and also like Afterpay options like Klarna, and also you can use PayPal. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on every single one. So just gonna give my customers more options to pay, and then click on next. And from here, since I toggled on the option to create the course for me, it's basically doing all of the things behind the scenes. And as you can see, it took about 5 seconds to create that, which is quite amazing. So now, typically when you upload lessons to your Kajabi, they will be in draft. So let's go ahead and publish all of them. And I like publishing my lessons first, so I actually can preview it and see what it looks exactly on the user end, because if the lessons are unpublished, I can preview them one by one, but I cannot see the whole picture. I cannot see what the lesson's gonna look like. So I personally like publishing my lessons, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And again, the AI just created the 5 modules within seconds. I mean, that's pretty amazing. Again, I highly discourage you from like using it just as is. Definitely go through every single lesson, adjust titles, content, add your own thoughts, add your own resources. This is just a great launchpad for you. And again, just for the training purposes, this is really cool to see what actually, what's inside this course. So now we have our course outlined, all of the lessons are published, and let's go ahead and click on the module title first. Okay, so I'll go ahead first. I'm going to click on collapse all to see. So this is my modules, right? And if I click on expand all, I will see what's inside each module, which are called the lessons, right? Let's work with the modules first. Here you can change the title, you can put in the description if you wanted to, and you can also add a thumbnail for each module, okay? That's more like for the visuals. Let's go ahead and click on the actual lesson. Again, I mean, I'm just blown away with the information it just created. It's just crazy to me. So once you're in, again, this is just the, area where you can add text, images, whatever you need to put it in there to provide information to your customers about, maybe say hello, especially if it's the first lesson. Then as far as what else can be added to the lessons, it's typically videos or audios. So if you click on the video, you can add additional like video file or audio file. Then over here on the lesson thumbnail, it's typically optional. However, I do recommend you also add a thumbnail to all of your lessons. So when you preview your course, you will not have thumbnails that are just like sitting like unfilled image. You want to have something there that's on brand, that's visually appealing, and just looks nice. On the comment sections, there's a couple of things you can do. It's just really, all of these options that I am explaining, it's really comes down to your personal choice and the way you want to interact with your customers, whether you want to answer questions within the course, or maybe it's a more of a low key, you do not want to have anyone commenting within the lessons, or maybe you run some sort of like a private practice that maybe has some restrictions about exposing your members or your clients' information to others, so you do not like want anybody to know who is in the course, so then you will just hide your comments. So it's really up to you, and it really comes down to how you want to run your business, or what your business model is, and how you want to run your course. Now, what else can you do within each lesson in the course? You can add downloadable resources, and it really can be anything. It can be docs, PDF, images. There's really no limit. Maybe just like large files you cannot upload, but pretty much else can be uploaded. And then, the last thing that you will see in each lesson is the automations. Automations, it's more of an advanced, especially when it comes to specific lessons, but this is actually can be a powerful resource for you in terms of learning about your customers. If you are new to Kajabi, then automations, you're probably not going to use it just yet, but just to kind of briefly cover what this is. If you click on add automation, you will see that the lesson is completed. You can actually add something. Maybe you can add a tag or send an email. You see there's quite a few options you can do. Again, those will have to be set up previously, but I would not really pay attention to this just yet, not until you have more things in place. Again, you can send different emails, you can subscribe to sequences, you can run different offers based on the completion of the specific lesson, okay? And this is just, again, to kind of gather more information about your customers, but this is more of a strategy for a very long term. So let's just go ahead and say we are done with this lesson, this looks good. Then let's go back, and you would pretty much want to go through each lesson, add information here, add the text, images, see what you want to do with the comments. You can decide if you know that you want to hide all of the comments, then just click on comment settings, and actually there's an option to disable all of the comments, so you don't have to do it individually in each lesson. So just disable it and then click on save. Okay, so you would do it in every single lesson. Also, what you can do here, since we are in the settings, is to enable live rooms. Let's say if you want to provide, say, monthly calls, right? You can enable this option. I would also check on premium video, give it a title, say monthly calls, weekly calls, then give it a little description and say every first Monday of the month. And then you can also click on automatically upload all of the lessons. So when you go live in Kajabi, it will record the video and it will upload that video in the lessons, which also is really, really cool because it's gonna save you a lot of time down the road. You know, you don't have to, like, say if you're doing Zoom currently, you will not need to go to Zoom, download it to your computer, upload it to Kajabi and all that, and then send notification to your customers saying, okay, go check it out. Once it's done, it's actually gonna send, as you can see, if I click on this, and you can say when published, it will shoot an email notification, which I also think is pretty cool. And you know, when I work with Kajabi, what I do really like about the platform, that you can just automate so many things. You can make it just work for you seamlessly. So I am, like, again, I'm big on automating things, and I think this is quite amazing that you can do all of that within, like, say, a course. So let's just disable it for now so we can save. Now let's go back to the outline, and we're going to quickly preview our course. And here's where I see many creators don't quite come to this area, and their courses look very generic. They're not visually appealing. The content is amazing, but this area needs to be customized as well. And as you can see, like I mentioned prior, you see how this looks like just a placeholder for images. That's why you want to upload your thumbnails for each lesson, so it's gonna look on brand. Even if it's just a color, or maybe just the title of the lesson, or just an image that relates to this specific course, then I highly recommend you upload these thumbnails within each individual lesson, okay? So, but this is like a rough preview. However, let me tell you that your course doesn't have to look anything like it. What's also cool about Kajabi is that it offers templates you can use with different layouts. So let's go ahead and click on customize, and you will see that this is kind of like a default template that you are presented with, right? But you also have an option to get a different look and feel to your course. There's some standard like templates, but also we have a ton of different service providers who are so creative and created a lot of different templates that can be uploaded to Kajabi with maybe different functionality, different look, different styles, navigations. It's amazing. So I highly recommend that you check it out. But I also kind of want you to know that any template you choose, you're more looking at the layout. And just keep in mind that everything, all of the images, all of the colors, a lot of times it can be changed. It can be really brought on brand that, you know, fits your branding, fits your style, fonts, colors, again, everything. So even if you choose to stay with the template that you currently, like, say if we are working with this template, I will show you like in how 5 minutes you can like change it completely. So let's work with this specific template. I will walk you through what like the main things that you want to customize here. Again, let's go actually back to our outline, and I'll click on the lesson here. and I will go ahead and upload image. Okay, so I went ahead and uploaded some images to my first 3 modules to kind of get an idea what it's gonna look like. Okay, so let's go back to the customization, the product customization page, and update a few things. So first of all, you want to kind of go pretty much down the line. What you see, it's just click through every single thing and update it. So let's click on favicon first. This is my current logo. It comes from the default settings. If you don't see anything here, go ahead and upload your own. Then under typography, you want to kind of set the color of your titles and the description. So that's fine. We can leave it here, or we can make it like, say, maybe lighter, so like this. And then on the fonts, let's pick something different. Let's do the base font family for the body. Let's do Cabin, and for the heading, let's do Libre Baskerville, and then click on save. Then after that, we'll go to the color scheme, and of course change it to all of the on-brand colors. Like, say I will be working beige kind of colors, offset, I want a white, dark, I'm gonna make it more like this dark, and darker, that's fine, we're just gonna leave it. So I just want to kind of see the you see like how it's already transforming. It's already looking a little better than it was. On the message colors, you can leave it as is, not a big deal. On the general appearance, again, I want it to be, say, maybe this color for the background. You can even put an image. I would not go too crazy with putting a background image, because it may just take away from the actual appearance, maybe just a little bit too much. And over here, you can just customize vertical alignment and all that. I'm gonna leave it as is. And on the custom code, typically custom code, you will see it like in the custom templates. On here, I would just, again, leave it as is. So let's also go ahead and change the background here. I really like using background on my, what's called the hero section right here, and I'll go ahead and change that. Once your image is uploaded, you can choose the overlay. You can make it a little darker, you can make it a little lighter. So I would say look at your title so it's readable and people can understand what it says. Then also for the spacing, you can make it larger here just a little bit. If you're using something like a custom image, just make sure that it doesn't overlap with title and the description of your course. You can also add custom text or an image here. When you click on add content, you can add a button, again, or a text. I would typically leave it more simple, where it just like start course or something, so that will be just fine. If you don't like the button here, you can totally remove it. Click on remove, and there will be just the title of the course and the description. And I think I'm gonna like it. Just leave it like this, and then go back, and then go to all your sections and see what else you can add to the front page of your course. Which the main thing you kind of want to pay attention to is the welcome body. And over here right now, the welcome body is actually disabled. If you check this box, you will see that you can add more information to it. And what I typically do for my clients is we decide whether or not we want to actually add something here. And this is a great area for you to welcome your customers. So for example, what you want to do here, this is your welcome body. You would click on that. You can actually deselect or show the title and show description because it's already shown here. And then go back, and so currently by default video and the product information is added. I would just delete that. And on the video, actually, I would, if you want to keep video, which is a great idea to kind of get short 1-2 minute video, kind of maybe welcoming them to the course, showing around quickly. So this is a great where you can actually have that instead of doing a separate lesson, which you also can. Again, there's so many little things that really come down to your personal preference. But just make sure that if you do upload a video here, set your like brand colors for how your video is gonna appear. So let me go ahead and upload the video here, for example. So I do have a little placeholder here, just a quick video from my website. As you can see, the video is here. It's gonna be there. It's already uploaded, but you do want to upload an actual thumbnail. Again, the thumbnails in Kajabi are like a huge thing when it comes down to like videos and lessons. So let's go ahead and upload upload a thumbnail here. Okay, so I have a quick design that I just created in Canva, and I'm uploading here to my course. I'm just saying welcome to the course and the title. Again, this could be really anything that you would like to have there. And then click on save. Okay, so it's really looking much better. Now, on what else we want to add here? We want to add some things here on the right hand side. It's called product sidebar. So right now it just kind of shows the progress. So we have 15 lessons, and once our students members progress, that will say like 1 or 15 lessons completed and so far and so on. You have the option to just remove it and have it like just outline of the course without a sidebar, but I do recommend you actually use it because you actually can have quite a few things added to the sidebar. And one of them is, again, the progress. Then it can be your bio, and also you can add, like say if you offer coaching, you with the new coaching widget, you can add then cross-sell and like say, hey, you are interested in, you know, having one-on-one, click here and they can book your coaching calls right within the course inside Kajabi. So that's number one option. Second option that you will want to consider doing is adding other courses, the cross-sells in your product. Again, it can be big, it can be small, really depends on your offers, but always click through the ad content and see what else you can offer here. You can honestly just do the cross-sell and choose an offer that kind of like fits your, you know, kind of makes sense. Maybe it's a continuation of this course, but definitely check it out and see what else you can add to it. And another thing, you can also add your, say, instructor bio and just kind of, you know, go through the customization here. So just don't forget to change all of this so it doesn't say John Doe. So let's save it here. Again, it's already looking way better. Once you are done with customizing what's called a dashboard of your product, the main page of your product, click on up here product and then click on post right there. So there will be several options, but click on post. That's the main one. Here you will want to customize a couple more things. Let's customize our video player. Again, if you are not offering video, so there's no videos in your course, then you can just select none because there's really nothing to watch, right? So just select none. Just remember, if you do add videos in the future, you will need to come back and change it to either simple, where this will be the video player, or inline, meaning they will see the rest of the videos. But majority of the courses do have videos. That kind of makes sense to have that. And we will want to replace or change the color for the video player. Again, so everything is on brand, and on the background, so we want to keep it a bit more black or make it lighter color like this, and change this one to a little darker, for example, something like that. So once we have a video here, the player or all of the controls will be this color. Okay, then you also can control the language that is used in your course, whether you want to call your lessons the actual lessons, or maybe it's a module, or whatever you want to call them, you can change it here. Okay, go through all of the options here. There's quite a few. You can also select where, like say, video is finished and you want to have an option where it just goes to the next lesson automatically. Then you would check this box that says use auto advance. You can choose also the duration. Say it's 20 seconds by default, or maybe 10 seconds after this video is done, it will kind of load the next lesson. So another thing that you want to kind of look through is two things actually. Header, it's right here, and a footer. Again, make sure that it's customized to your branding. So let's change the background color maybe to like this one, but slightly darker like this. Then make sure that you change your copyright. You don't have to have any of these. You can actually delete that. So click on here and make sure that the colors, so how I'm hovering over, that's because the color I set, it's kind of like this, very similar to my background color. So I need to make sure that I'm actually using maybe like more like this. This is all optional. If you do not have any socials, that's fine. You can just check that off. Then you can even remove these links if you want to. Uncheck show menu. So if you do have a menu, you can stack them instead of having everything in line. So definitely check all of the options here in the footer, and then come back to the header. Again, you can change all of the menus. this does not have to be a template, so definitely check it out. Remove all of the default language and everything. Make sure that your logo is displayed there, and on the menu, again, you can totally remove it. If you do something like maybe you want to have schedule a call with me or check out other products, what you will want to do is actually click on edit your links. It will bring you to the navigation menu, which is under website navigation. As you can see, this is my menu, and then you will want to click new navigation menu and create course menu. That's just the title of your menu, so you can choose and then bring you to custom menu. Scroll all the way down and add a couple of links. You can say my, or like you can say shop more products, and then you can put in something like shop, something like this, and then save. And I will add another one saying book a call, for example. You can say book a call, and then you can take them to Zoom, it can take them to Calendly, okay, it can take them to any page on your website. Again, it just really depends on where those links, where those things live, right, in your website or outside of your website. So like say you set up your links, and then you come back here, click on the menu again, and choose the different menu. So that one just we created, that one was course menu, and as you can see, this transferred, so the navigation transferred here. In fact, you can create as many custom navigation menus as you would like to. Each course can have its own navigation depending on what it is. Maybe you want to prompt them to book a call, maybe it's something else, so you can really customize it to whatever you would like it to be. When I consult my clients, I kind of try to bring an idea, just think about your user experience. What are they experiencing and what you want them to see, okay? And as you can see, it really is not gonna take you a long time to customize all those things. All right, so we are happy with the look of our product. We are going to leave it as is here and make sure, so if you do have the downloads, like I said, downloadable resources in your lessons, make sure that you have on your post body, that you either have it on post body that downloads, or if you are using sidebar, which is more for, I think, interface is a little better when you're using the sidebar, because you can put many things in the sidebar instead of like putting them on the bottom, then you will want to add them here. So downloads, you can also add your bio, you can cross-sell your other offers here right in the product from the dashboard of the course and within each lesson. Just to kind of keep in mind that, like that's the experience for your customers. Do not overload it. Maybe just keep it on the dashboard, but not in actual lesson. All right, so we are happy with that. We are done with customizing the product. Now let's move on to customizing and creating our offer. Since we asked AI in Kajabi create it actually already created it for us. So let's navigate to sales and then offers. And as you can see right here, I have 1001 ChatGPT prompts. That was created during the initial process when we were just setting up our course. Let's go ahead and click on it. And let me show you the very, very important things that you want to have in place. Well, first of all, let's make sure that our offer is good. You also can change it. It doesn't have to be the exact title of your course. Typically it is, but if you need to add to it, you can. Also, you can maybe like keep it this way, but if you say want to identify it somewhat differently for the internal purposes, you can also give it an internal title so you can know which course is which. Here, the products in this offer, you want to make sure that that specific course that you just created or the one that you wanted to add a specific offer. Then on the product access, so here's a couple of options. Say, so like you are doing a pre-sale, and like say today is May 1st, and you want to have, let's say you're still working on the course, but you're already selling it. People already can buy it, but they say the course does not start until June 1st, right? You can actually set the time with a specific date when it's going to be available. So like let's set it to June 1st, okay? Now you can also restrict on how long your customers can access your course. If it's a lifetime, just keep it unchecked. If, like, say you wanted to have like a limited time access, then you can say, for example, say 90 days, like say roughly 3 months, right? And then click on save. Okay, next we need to set up a post-purchase flow. So basically we need to see what's gonna happen once our customers purchase the course or the offer, right? So here's the thing. Again, a lot of personal preferences, right? What do we want them to see? Do we want our customers go straight to the library and access the course? What I want my customers to experience. I personally love to add what's called the thank you page to the purchase. And after that, I will redirect them to the library. So on the thank you page, and I'll show you here. So you will need to change, instead of members product library, I will want them to see an existing landing page, not the custom thank you page, existing landing page. For that, what you will want to do is to go to website and then click on landing pages. If you've been using Kajabi, you can just reuse it. You already have some thank you pages. You can just duplicate it and customize the text on the page based, just so it fits new course. But if you don't, just click on new landing page and then scroll down a little bit and you will see thank you page templates. Let's just maybe go ahead and click on this one, thank you page, and then I will always identify what this thank you page is for. So I will just put in one-on-one chat GPT prompt so I know offer this page gonna belong to. So just click on that. And then it's gonna create an actual page. And from here, you will want to customize it, of course. If you do want to learn more about how to work with the editor, I highly recommend you check out this video where I walk you through all of the nitty-gritty things for your sales pages, but you also can apply it to any page or the website builder or landing page builder. So I'm gonna go ahead and exit out for now. Like say, I like what I already have here, some instructions and whatnot. I make sure that this page is published. So now let's select that page. So existing landing page again, and this is our thank you page. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and save my current settings. Now the next thing that I want to make sure that my customers get a purchase confirmation email. So now here's the thing. By default, Kajabi will have kind of like send the default email. I highly recommend that you actually change it to none, and I will explain why. There's a couple of things that you want to keep in mind. That you will want to send a receipt of purchase to your customers, and you will want to send a custom thank you confirmation email. There's a couple of ways of doing it. What you can do here, again, click on none. The first one that we want to make sure is that our customers receive a receipt. And then you would want to click on settings and then navigate to customer payments. And what you want to make sure is that this option, send for all successful transaction, is toggled on, because by default, most likely say never send receipts, but you want to make sure that you actually send receipts to your customers. The next thing we will want to do is to create a thank you or confirmation email. Again, there's a couple of ways of doing it, and I see a lot that many creators skip this step, or maybe they're just not aware of that step. I highly recommend you do this. Option number one, simple option, is to add an automation. So we're gonna click on automation here, add automation, and then when offer is purchased, then we are going to do what? We're gonna send an email, and then go ahead and customize this email. You would thank your customers saying, hey, thanks for your purchase. Here are your next steps. Here's where to log in. Here's how to get started. Here's the expectations. Let's say if you offer monthly or weekly calls, here's our schedule. Basically, you want to put in something that will tell them what is going to happen next after the purchase. Okay, just going to welcome into the course and creating that user experience and fantastic customer service. You will want to add that. Actually, let me go ahead and do it again. So I'm going to send an email. I'm going to save it for now as is. Again, be sure to customize it. That's option number one. Option number two is that you will want to create an email sequence and subscribe your customers who purchase this this offer to an email sequence. I do have a video on my channel about email marketing and how it works. So what you will want to do is the trigger will be when offer is purchased, and then you will want to select subscribe in email sequence. So we're going to be subscribing, and then you will need to create the sequence first, and it's under email marketing, and then that sequence is going to show up in drop down here, and that's when you select. And what's going to happen after the purchase, then the email sequence will be triggered and your customers will receive, whether it's one email or 5 emails in the same sequence, they will receive those emails. Again, if you want to learn more about email marketing in Kajabi, check out this video. So I'm gonna exit out for now. So now we did the post-purchase flow, we did the access, we made sure that our customers receive emails, receipt. Now let's go ahead and do one of the final things, and that is customizing your checkout. For that, you will want to click on Edit Checkout right here, and then you will see a very blank page that we also want to customize. So here's a few things that you want to make sure you have in place. Now, as far as the banner, again, personal preference, you don't have to have it, so we can just disable it, that's fine. You want to change the button color, again, make it on brand, make it your colors, right? The next thing that you will want to do, maybe add on the page content, you will want to add the image that comes up here. So let's go ahead and pick a file. It's going to appear up here. Then you will also want to add testimonials. Then you will absolutely want to change, of course, all of this, the description. So what's included, again, the expectations. You can absolutely just outline all of your modules. Another thing that you will want to add is maybe the guarantees. Maybe you offer a refund. Make sure you have that in place as well, attached to your terms and conditions, your refund policy, and all of the nitty-gritty things, the terms. So think of the things that will incentivize your customers to purchase your offer. So that information will go here in the description. The next thing you will want to do is add some form fields. Over here, I don't like collecting like address because I don't need that. However, there are some instances where address is required, but I typically collect only a name and an email. You can also add custom field, and that could be something like, how did you hear about us? Or maybe somebody referred you, or perhaps you will ask for their social media accounts and whatnot. It really just depends what kind of information you want to gather, but you can also add all that. And as you can see, if you remember in the very beginning, we had our payment options set up. So we have an auto pay, Klarna, PayPal, and a card. They can pay or Apple Pay or Google Pay. Those things will appear on a device-specific browser. So we cannot see right now, it's only showing the card. But once you test it on, say, in a mobile device, it will appear. So like say, if you have an Android, it will show Google Pay. If you have an iPhone, it will show Apple Pay, which is also cool. Okay, so let's actually go ahead and change the color of my button because it's a little bit too light. Also, another thing what you can do here, the text on your button, you can say pay now, or you can say purchase now, enroll in the course, or whatever you want to say. You can actually change that, which is also, I think, really, really cool. So those are the things that you want to have in place here on the checkout page. Also, as far as the checkout pages go, I do have an amazing video on my channel about how you actually can spruce up your checkout page with some coding. Check out this video. Super, super helpful. Be a game changer for you. So let's recap. We just created a course in Kajabi. We customized it to match our branding. We added an upsell in the course. We created an offer with all of the little nitty-gritty things that we should absolutely have in place when selling courses or other digital products in Kajabi. We set up automations and edited and configured our checkout page with some other post-purchase flows. I hope you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below, and be sure to check out my Kajabi Thrive Club, where I help entrepreneurs and business owners just like you to tackle all of the things Kajabi with ease. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.